start our flight tonight, our evening flight, with the new Autel Evo 2. And we'll do a little range test. Go ahead and take the flight up to about 150 feet. It's a beautiful, nice, calm evening. I think I'll take it on up to 200 feet of altitude. And we may go over, if we can make it, to the railroad tracks that are east of our property. There's 250 feet. That's a good leveling point. Did compass calibrations today, controller calibrations. Hopefully we can alleviate the drift problem. Flying at right at 22.5 miles per hour. And we'll try to avoid going over the new nursing home property here. It's over on the bypass area. Just passing 2,100 feet of distance. And we'll run the battery down until we have let's see if we can get a percentage here on battery life. 17. Okay, there we go. So we got 90% battery, 17 satellites. I do hear an aircraft in the area, so I do have to be aware of that. I may go ahead and lower my altitude to 200 so I'm not bothering him. Alright, yeah, he's flying between me and my aircraft. Looks like he's about 500 feet altitude. Alright, we're going to slowly head to the east here. Raise our altitude back up 250. Maybe we'll go up to 300.
Video link signal is weak.
Alright, I'm getting a weak video signal. Let's see if I can get up to 300 feet. Maybe that will help clean up some of it. I'm at 1 mile. Just a little over 1 mile. I do have a lot of corn in front of me between now and there. Down to 90% battery. All right, let's make our turn. And we're getting some glitches here, some delays. So let's turn around. And let's go ahead and stop where we're going.
The aircraft is coming home.
And it's turning around. We got 6,200 feet and we lost downlink. So it is coming back. That's good. It's back to 6,000 and heading right back into the sun. So I'm going to lower the gimbal a little bit. All right, we're back at 1 mile right there. It is returning and I have not regained signal. So kind of disappointed on the signal. Let's see if we can get a better signal strength. There we go. It's coming back. So we will try to go a different direction as it comes back toward us. So just checking the range here in the Autel Evo 2. what it's capable of doing. We would think that it would at least go out 20,000 feet, but did not appear like it would want to do that. If there's any interference in our area, there's a lot of homes here. So we'll go out a different direction across more fields as it returns. Maybe some Wi-Fi signals from homes cause some of that interference problem. We're at 3,000 feet and returning quickly at about 22 miles per hour. Not much wind, so whatever wind it has is a little tailwind. Very calm evening, beautiful evening here in Indiana. Low 70s, very, very dry conditions. The corn that you see below is drying out very, very quickly. Farmers are starting to get into the fields and harvest the crop, trying to do that while they have the chance to do so before any rain set in. So it looks like a good week of weather. We're going to get some flights in on the new Autel Evo, some shakedown cruises just to see what we've got here with this new drone. All right, so we're going to bring it back, and then I'll probably start a new video file and go from there. We have 18 satellites, so that is a good thing. And we still have some battery power here of 89%. I can hear it coming in about 500 feet away. There it is, coming in right overhead. So we're going to go ahead and cancel the landing.
Cancel, go home.
All right, and it's pausing right overhead. So
Start recording.
all right, we're going to go ahead and head on to the south, more straight out across these fields. Go right down State Road 9 and see how far we get with this battery. So just a test of the range. This is supposed to have a range of over 4.5 miles. I know that we took the Mavic 2 Pro out to 20,000 feet with no issues at all and could have probably gone farther. So the Autel Evo has a different communication system, and we're just going to test to see how that works. Let's go ahead and increase our altitude to 375 just to see if that helps dynamically get our range a little bit better off. Keep an eye on our battery power. We're 88%. I am impressed by the battery. We do get long flights on this Evo. We've exceeded 2,700 feet now. Let's see if we can get it on out here. And let's go ahead and gimbal down, and you can see how quickly the ground we're covering at 22.5 miles an hour. That seems the standard range in normal mode. So it is moving across this field very quickly. When you get this downward view on some of the Indiana crops, you can see the unevenness of the crops and dead spots in the field, probably caused by poor drainage earlier this year when we first planted. Many of these fields went underwater in spring rains, and many farmers had to replant. You can see some patches here where they did that. All right, we're going to get right up next to the highway here, but we will not fly over it. We're now at 1 mile, Okay, let's just keep on going here. See how our signal strength seems better going this direction for some reason. Again, probably the houses. This is the direction I went with the Mavic 2 Pro. That we went down to 20,000 feet. So I don't know if we have the battery to do that since I went a different direction. A little bit longer lifetime in this battery. See down the road. Still doing 21.9 miles an hour, 22 miles an hour, 88% battery, and 11.48 volts. So we are dropping some voltage. And if we look at our signal strength for video and controller, we're at full strength right now. So it seems like it is going this direction a lot easier for some reason. Open country, less houses, less interference. So that's something to remember when flying this particular drone to see where we're at. We will turn around at 60% battery whether we are at full range or not, just so we have enough battery to get back. It is approximately a half hour before sunset here, and we probably have got 15 minutes of flight time left according to the clock here. So we may do turn around when we get down to about 13 minutes. Coming up on 10,000 feet. So we're getting it down to 2 miles. So there's your 10,000 foot mark. And 2 miles should be about 10,500 feet. So there we are at 2 miles coming up on that. So still doing 22.5 miles per hour, 15 minutes left on the battery. We'll just push it a little bit more here and then tell it to bring it on back home. Again, another beautiful evening. The skies have cleared, the humidity is less. If you look off in the distance here, we can kind of see how beautiful it is. It looks like the gimbal is lined up very good with the horizon. We did a little gimbal reset on this. I noticed on our first maiden flight, the gimbal was off a little bit. I still see it off just a hair, but not much to be noticed by normal eyes here. I'm kind of lining it up with some crosshairs of the horizon, kind of using the rule of 2/3. 1/3 of the sky, 2/3 of the landscape below. And it looks pretty good. All right, coming up on 13,000 feet. Let's check our status now. We're about 1/2 on the controller and 1/2 on the video downlink. Signal, it kind of comes in or out. 87% battery, so we're still good on the battery for the flight controller, but we've got about 13 minutes left.
Video link signal is weak.
All right, so we're getting a weak recording, so that's a good place to stop. We'll stop at 15,000 feet. That's a good mark if we can make it there. So yeah, it's dropping out pretty quick right now. Again, I've got a bunch of cornfields in front of us. So push it another 500 feet here and then call it a day and head on back. With about 12 minutes left in the battery. So there's 15,000 feet right there. We'll stop right there.
Start recording.
All right, so we just went to the 15,000 foot level. We've got about 16 minutes of battery left. We've told it to come on back to us. So it is now flying on its own. You can see that we're way off in the distance. Now is a good time to
Video link signal is weak.
maybe use some of these zoom features that we have on. That's one of the advantages of this particular drone, that it does have zoom capabilities. I thought we could do that. Let's try it out. Okay. Not let me change anything while we're in flight, probably while we're taking the recording. Now I'll have to look into that a little bit later. I believe you can do that while you're recording. "15 minutes left in the flight. "86% on the flight controller, 44% on the battery on the drone. And we've got about 11,000 feet to come back. I will speed up this video as we post-process it to kind of condense it down, because all we're seeing here is kind of the boring cornfields of Indiana. Kind of see our distance. Zoom out. We went out and turned out kind of in a crooked line and came back. You can see our original flight and where it was at. Did not quite make it as far for some reason, so going due east doesn't work quite as well. And I have an aircraft going right over the top of me here, so he's heading toward the drone. So I'm going to lower my altitude down to 300. Yeah, it won't let me. That's interesting. He looks like he's more than 500 feet up, so, and we should not have a problem with him. He's going off into the southeastern sky, and we're heading back. So closure rate is not even close for each other. And as we're coming up, we are coming up on Progress Parkway and a brand new cemetery that is located off the right-hand side of the screen, and Crossroad Community Church on the left-hand side of the screen, and the city of Shelbyville in the background that you can see here. So heading almost due north, coming back toward our location here. We will go ahead and let the drone do an automated landing. We'll see if it can bring it back on the landing pad. We'll cancel out on it if it decides it's going to miss the pad sitting back here. I do have precision landing turned on. All right, we're getting inside 2,800 feet left. Still have 10 minutes of battery, which is about 30%. These controllers, you probably can get at least 4, maybe 5 flights out of them between their charge. All right, getting into our cornfield here that's right next to our property. And we'll slowly pan the gimbal down. And we're losing some daylight very quickly. Sunset here in about 15 minutes. So I appreciate you coming along for the ride tonight as we continue to do shakedown cruises on the brand new Evo made by Autel. One of the reasons we went with this drone is that we are looking forward to what this company is going to be doing with American-made technology and American-made drones. All right, coming up here really close. You can hear it coming in. And we'll see if it'll find the blue landing pad below us. All right. As of this second, it's going to
The
land
aircraft
right on the
is
edge of the
landing.
cornfield. Let's see if it moves. It is moving a little bit.
Low battery.
Low battery. We know. Looks like it's going to miss the landing. And we're going to move it around. Still wants to come down. I don't want to land in there. There we go. Giving us an environmental unsafe. It may be the sensors are acting up because we're so close to everything. We'll bring her down onto this pad right below it then. All right, thank you for joining us this evening. That was kind of tricky. It
Stop
was not
recording.
What I thought it would be with the precision landing. It was within a few feet after all that flight. So we'll go ahead and call it an evening. Once again, we'll come back with more Autel Evo 2 videos in the near future.